Welcome. Tonight is February 7th, 2022. I am Isaac, and this is the Monday Night Raw review. Show the Soul Star with Alpha Academy and RK Bro doing the Cathathlon. That really is pointing at the same thing what the Viking Raiders and the Street Profits did. This has no meaning. Instead of building up the division, having legitimate competition, legitimate matches, you have these stupid storyline that doesn't do anything and doesn't go anywhere. Because all in the end, all it does is, hey, we're going to have a one-on-one match after all of this, or we're going to have a two-on-two 100 times until the pay-per-view where we put the titles on the line against you. Either we win or we lose, depend on how Vince feels, and if he decides, hey, let's play hot potato with the titles. You have one to this month. Next month, the other team has it. Then go back to you. Then go back to you. Then back and forth all around. Because let's be honest, there's only three teams on Raw and five teams on SmackDown. That's not a division. The division is there. Just unify the Raw and tag team title and the SmackDown tag team title into one title. Put the division on both brands. Let each week, hey, the champion go on Raw, the champion go on SmackDown. The same way with the world title. Unify the Universal and the WWE title. Because let's be honest, no champion have enough competition to last for an entire year or even 3 months. Because by the end of the first month, guess what? We're going to have rinse and repeat the same thing we had throughout all the previous year. Now they're showing both competition with the spelling bee and the scooter race and what happened in each of them. We as the fan don't even want to relive this disgrace for a second or a third time. Now Chad Gable is explaining to the fans and all of us at home the rules for this contest, like we actually care or even have the patience for this. The beginning of the show and the end of the show is supposed to entice a person to watch the show and come back for next week. This does not make you want to watch the show. This one makes you want to change the channel or turn off the TV and do something else because this is literally killing your brain cells. I remember before when we have great, introduction with the pyro, where superstars will attack each other. Superstar come waiting in backstage to get payback for what happened the week before. Something, not a worthless contest that will result in the end with a match that make one the challenger or the champion lose for no reason because Vince McMahon has no creative bone in his body and because Triple H is a spineless coward. So Randy Orton being Randy Orton, this is the best part of the entire segment. Saying, well, we all know about Orton. Yeah, he's built like a ching chong. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So how about you shut up, Chad, and let your partner talk for once? So the entire segment took 17 minutes, and in the end, RK Bro won 5-4. And Chad Gable throwing a fit, and Randy Orton said the most three dangerous words in all of sports entertainment: RK Bro. Now the Street Profit come down, while Randy Orton and Riddle left the ring. So now there's a match between Alpha Academy and the Street Profits, and Montez got attacked by Otis. As soon as the match started, Montez Ford drop kicked Otis, who was on the ringside, as payback for the sneak attack, and then he turned his attention to Chad Gable. So, Chad Gable beat Dawkins from an ankle up. He switched into a roll up and get the 3 count. So, Dawkins, who's a bigger man, couldn't power out against Chad Gable. This is what I don't like about WWE. Every match has to end with a roll up or some kind of fucked finish. And there are always the suicide dive spots in every match. It loses effect in every show. Come on, you can't have three suicide dive in a show. Every superstar, oh, I'm gonna do a suicide dive. No, now I do a suicide dive. Next, you do a suicide dive. Suicide dive used to be a very unique, very important because it was rarely done, and when it was done, it had an impact. Now everybody does it. Everybody does the roll up. Everybody does the finisher. The finisher doesn't do nothing. The roll up is more devastating than the finisher. And another thing is, why was this match even happening? It's like saying, well, we tried to 50-50 book since Chad Gable and Otis lost to Randy Orton and Riddle in that contest. Now they have to win against the Street Profit. Okay, why couldn't they defeat some jobbers? Or better yet, what was the point of having this stupid cathathlon? It should have been just simple. Look, you want the titles? Fine, you had to prove yourself. You had to defeat probably next week against us in a steel cage or in a ladder match, or you face against two other teams in a ladder match or a steel cage, and the winner would challenge us for the titles at Elimination Chamber. But no, we had to have this contest, and then we had to have a match that meant nothing. It was completely pointless, made the Street Profits like jobbers, make everybody look weak, make the entire division irrelevant, and shows that the WWE has no respect for the superstar or for the championships. The match itself was lackluster because guess what? It wasn't built for anything or for no reason. Second of all, it lasted 10 minutes. Yeah, both team was doing like methodical big man moves instead of being quick paced, fast, high speed, high flying. They're also showing the new 2K game. They say, well, he hits different, but yet they never show us how he hits different. They only show us the superstar mods and things we already saw in other previous games. Here's what's funny. They say, oh, the first hour is sci-fi. Raw has zero commercial. Yet what they're doing is they're putting different type of commercials, like top 10 WWE Instagram photo of the week. Nobody cares. Or the 2K game promo. Or the vignette for Resident Alien. Now we have MVP in the ring. He's psyching up the crowd for introducing Denver, Colorado very own Bobby Lashley. And he also copying Paul Heyman when he used to say about Brock Lesnar, the reigning, defending, undisputed WWE champion of the world. MVP should just be MVP and not take other people's sticks because it doesn't suit him or Bobby Lashley. And here's I have an issue. I heard rumors that now WWE want Brock Lesnar to have the WWE title, so when he faces Roman Reigns, it will be title versus title, winner takes all. And if this happens, it means what happened at the Royal Rumble with Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar, as well as the Royal Rumble itself, meant nothing, and it was a waste of time. Meaning, Vince McMahon once again disrespecting the concept of a pay-per-view and of a match and championship. If you wanted to have Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, title versus title, you should have thought that way before Royal Rumble, not after Royal Rumble. Because right now you're just saying, look, I have decided that all you superstars who put you in the work, first of all, he changed the script 30 times. Before the show started, before the match started, and nobody knew what was going on. So you drove them insane. You put too much pressure on them, and all their effort is down the toilet. It was all in vain because you cannot make up your mind. You don't know how to book anything to get what you want, and because Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman advocated for title to be versus title. Now you decide, hey, the match right after Royal Rumble, you decide, yes, let's go, title versus title. Then what was the point of Roman Reigns screwing over Brock Lesnar. What was the point of Bobby Lashley holding the title? What, to be a 3 weeks uh, champion? That's disrespectful to Bobby Lashley. That's disrespectful to the fans. That's disrespectful to anybody who wants to be a champion. He is treated as an interchangeable champion. And now MVP trying to say, well, Bobby Lashley didn't know about Brock Lesnar. So, and let's be honest, Brock Lesnar would have done the exact same thing what Bobby Lashley did if Roman Reigns attacked Bobby Lashley. Here's the issue: you keep saying uh, that Bobby Lashley beat Brock Lesnar by himself, when in reality is Brock Lesnar was laid out by Roman Reigns, and your champion Bobby Lashley only crawled to the clover. That's it. That was not him being dominant. That was not him being a badass. That was him getting a petty win. Finishes him as a champion, as a contender, and as a legit badass. When you need, hey, I can get the job done, but yeah, I have to say, look, I'm the greatest of all time. Yet we say, prove it, and you can't prove it. It's like saying, dude, you are weak and you're all talk and no bark. When Bobby Lashley is supposed to be all bark and less talk, less bark and more bite. MVP saying, yeah, like Brock Lesnar could actually beat Bobby Lashley for the title. When Brock Lesnar was a champion, he had Bobby Lashley in after with an F5 down for the count, and the only reason Bobby Lashley won was because the referee was out cold, and because Roman Reigns interfered. You're saying, yeah, like Brock Lesnar could be my champion on a one-on-one match. He will leave here as well as he entered, as champion. The truth of the matter is, the Elimination Chamber, you're supposed to build up as, look, anything could happen. You have people like Brock Lesnar who are a cage fighter. This is his territory. Anything could happen. And you have to book him and say, look, Bobby Lashley is a cage fighter as well. So when all said and done, he will tear, mangle, and beat every one of those challengers and prove why he is the most dominating, almighty champion in all of sports entertainment. That's is the promo he had to say. Nah, was saying, oh, you know what, the elimination chamber is not a big deal. It is a big deal because it's proven in the past that it's a big deal. And now Bobby Lashley say he will defend his title at WrestleMania at the main event. Here's the issue: Bobby Lashley is supposed to be booked as a main event, but Raw has no real legit challengers that could put him in the main event. They're gonna probably put him in a mid card spot, mid show spot, if he actually does retain. And here's another issue with all the superstars who's in the elimination chamber. Most of them are heels. Bobby Lashley is a heel. Brock Lesnar is a heel. Who are you supposed to root for? That's the issue. That's what WWE doesn't think. Like, if we have everybody's a heel, 90% of the competitors are heel. Who's is the babyface? If Rey Mysterio is the only babyface, who are we supposed to cheer for? Rey Mysterio, who is booked as a jobber. Seth Rollins, who who won against Roman Reigns by disqualification because Roman didn't want to break the hold, and yet somehow that qualified him for the Elimination Chamber to challenge for the Raw title. I don't get it. It makes no sense. Then you have Austin Theory, a heel. You have Bobby Lashley, heel. Brock Lesnar, heel. Who is you're supposed to root for? Now we have another vignette with Alexa Bliss with this Lily garbage of getting her back to her original goddess or new gimmick. I don't care anymore because this doesn't look like it's going to lead to anything. We thought, hey, you know what? Alexa come back, she challenged Charlotte. But right now, like, yeah, Alexa come back. Who is she gonna feud with? How many more of these videos are we going to get? Because truth be told, I'm sick of it. It should have been 3 to 4 videos of this, and that's it. Now, hey, let's make it a 6 to 7 video, probably leading all the way up to WrestleMania for the last week. Then she comes back, or she comes back at WrestleMania and interfere in one match or another, or she win the Battle Royal at WrestleMania. I don't know. I don't care. This is pointless. Just have her back as the original goddess, Little Miss Bliss, and that's it. Not this voodoo magic thing that you stole from Wyatt because he was able to sell more merchandise. Oh, I mean, a Riddle is the baby face. Everybody else is a heel. So, Seth Rollins is a heel. Brock Lesnar is a heel. Austin Theory is a heel. AJ Styles, heel. Riddle, babyface. Always. And here's another thing. Why is Riddle in the Elimination Chamber? Isn't he in a tag team with Randy Orton? And the next segment is AJ Styles versus Damian Priest for a championship contender match. So you're telling me, hey, to challenge the champion, you need to first fight the champion to win a title shot against the champion. You see the illogical booking? Back then we have, guess what? Number one contenders match. Guess how you do it? You have people who deserve to be the number one spot fight each other to get that spot, and either with more victories or they were all in a match, and the winner who won get the title shot opportunity against the champion. Now, oh yeah, well, you want to be a challenger champion? Well, you have to face the champion to get the shot to face the champion for the championship. It makes no sense. It means, dude, the champion going to lose, and you already gave the match away between champion versus contender. This caused the champion to look weak. It devalued the championship. It makes everyone uninterested when it does happen because they say, look, we've seen it before. What's the point of seeing it again? So in the match, Damian Priest is using his strength versus AJ Styles' speed, which is a unique concept, and we're using both wrestler ability to the fullest. Like, you're not going to defeat, if you're Damian Priest, you're not going to use speed against AJ. You're going to use your powerhouse moves against him. Well, AJ is not going to out wrestle Damian Priest with strength, but with speed and cunningness that he is known for. So AJ won with the phenomenal forearm for a 3 count. So at least this week we didn't have Damian Priest turn into the Incredible Hulk and get himself intentionally disqualified. But it also means, guess what? Your champion lost. And that means either AJ going to lose when the championship is on the line, or next week we're going to have a rematch where Priest win, then before elimination chamber, then at the elimination chamber, they're like saying, well, who is going to win? Both have 1-1. It will be too close to call. When in reality, no, it's not. Because let's be honest, AJ could at least do something with the title. Unlike Priest, who, let's be honest, did nothing with the title because they don't book him legitimate. They book him as an angry doofus, saying, okay, so why was his original character so bad that you had to change him into a comic book character? That literally makes no sense because, truth be told, uh, the Incredible Hulk as a wrestling character is just terrible. It works as a comic book character because you can imagine with different scenario where a wrestler turning into the Incredible Hulk, like get angry and get himself intentionally disqualified because of his emotions. That's something stupid and it cannot connect with anybody. And we keep having this vignette with, oh, guess what? Goldberg is back and he's challenging Roman Reigns at the Elimination Chamber for the title. Guess what? Nobody cares about Goldberg. Guess what? He did. His career is only was built on absolutely very little, and he's using that as like saying, "Look how great I am. Let me bury all the future talents. Let me take spots away from everybody else, so I could use this $1 million contract to buy some new car that I could work on and whatever else crap you want to stay relevant." And then we had with Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey for who going to face each other at WrestleMania. With again, it's still a bad move because there is no storyline. Let's be honest. Charlotte is a princess with a golden spoon in her mouth. Always had to have her way. Vince always give it to her, and she doesn't earn it. She is not a real champion. She's not a real main event superstar. She does not do anything for the division. She does nothing for anybody. She does not bring asses to seats. She is irrelevant. And Ronda Rousey haven't been in the MMA for years, yet they still act like, oh my gosh, she is so impressive. She's the baddest woman on the planet. No, she's technically not, because if people beat the baddest woman on the planet, then they are the baddest woman on the planet, and that's a straight fact. And here's the issue that I don't never understood: why did Sonya Deville attack Ronda Rousey? What was the point of all of this? To show how Ronda could break somebody's arm? We've seen it before. It makes no sense. So for the woman elimination chamber is Liv, Rhea, Bianca, Doudrop, and Nikki. We want you off our television because that superhero gimmick was stolen from the life of pets Kevin Hart, named Snowflake. And let's be honest, she's no longer a superhero. She's a supervillain. And it would be good if she turned heel. She just destroy that costume and say, "Yeah, I'm no longer playing for this shit. Now I'm playing for myself to be a champion, a winner." Or go back to being the Nikki Cross of NXT that we love, not this cringy, uninteresting, unrelatable character. There's a backstage segment with Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. Is playing up like, "Oh man, I can't believe you're not in the chamber match with me. It really hurts. You know, I really wanted to be together with you in the chamber." Like, yeah, like Seth Rollins actually cares about Kevin Owens that much. And let's make it honest. It's clear. Seth Rollins is only in business for himself, and Kevin Owens is only business for himself. So let's just break this, make up friends like tag team. Because let's be honest, I don't want to see them anywhere near going after RK Bro or the Alpha Academy for the tag titles after the Elimination Chamber. They deserve more better than that. They deserve to be single competitors, build up strong to main event WrestleMania, main event pay-per-views, because that is who they are. They're main eventers. They are legit superstars who could bring it, who could entertain fans if you give them a chance. But yet Vince would never want to be a superstar, but yet he need superstars. And now we have a match again, Kevin Owens versus Austin Theory again. Then there's Miz TV with The Miz and Maurice. Let's be honest, The Miz is the only time people want to see The Miz is because of his wife Maurice. And they only want to see Maurice in the ring, not competing as a wrestler, just to be on TV. That's it. Because The Miz is irrelevant. He's irrelevant as a world champion. He's irrelevant as a superstar. He's a D-lister celebrity. And that's the truth. He cannot go and be main eventing pay-per-views. That's not his specialty. The only thing he can do is be a mid-card champion and bring prestige to the mid-card titles. That's it. We've seen him in the past with it, and that's his ceiling. We all seen it. We gave him a chance to break that ceiling. He couldn't do it. That's it. And now it looks like we're going to have a storyline between The Miz and Rey Mysterio again, which no one actually cares about. Can we stop reusing storylines that we've seen 100 times that we lost interest, and we're going to still lose interest because there's nothing new to it? It's same old, same old. You're so broke of an idea, you're rehearsing already used storylines that wasn't successful the first time around. Here's what I would like to see. I would not like to see Rey Mysterio versus The Miz. I would like to see Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio at WrestleMania. And if Rey loses, he retires and give the mask to Dominic. And Dominic carry on the legacy of the Mysterios and become the new Rey Mysterio Jr. That's like the ultimate respect, like carry on the family legacy, the family heritage. And isn't that what is really important? Better than, oh, yeah, you want to fight somebody named a guy who you defeated so many times for no meaning, or you want to fight, yeah, I'll face my son in my last match, and if I win, I retire, like I continue. But if I lose, I retire and give up my match to my son to carry it. That is more of a money making match, and people would like to see than anything so far at WrestleMania. And we have a match between uh, Dominic Mysterio versus The Miz again. And The Miz is just insulted to say, "Hey Dominic, you're bigger than your father. Are you sure you're not related to Eddie Guerrero?" Like, yeah, using that storyline. Dominic pushed The Miz down to the floor. So the match is not tonight, is next. Why didn't you just say, "Hey, let's have a match right now," instead of say, "Oh, we have a match tonight." Like, tonight could be later on in the night. Now, oh, yeah, it's next. Right now, right next, as in right now, after we come back from commercial break. It makes no sense. Just say, "Look, you want to face me, Dominic? You're on. Tonight, not tonight, right here, right now. Get a referee down here. Let's remove all this, and we will face each other like men." The only thing The Miz has done since the beginning of the match was get out of the ring, walk around ringside, waiting for the referee to count, get back in, get out again, and repeat the same thing. Like, yeah, The Miz is a real champion. Yeah, he's so great. Yeah, he is actually a real superstar. That means something. Let's be honest. The Miz is a board fest, unless he's a mid card champion. That's it. This does nothing for Dominic. I don't even know why this match is even happening. What is the point of it all? It just to waste airtime because you have no creative ideas. And let's be honest. In the first hour, there was only two matches. That's how sad it is. For 60 minutes, you only had two matches, and one of them was Street Profits versus Alpha Academy. The other was AJ Styles versus Damian Priest. That is all the first matches you had for the first hour is pathetic, and most of it doesn't do nothing. Then in the match, Maurice tripped Dominic in front of the referee, get himself herself booted out, and the Miz got tripped by Raymond still behind the referee back, and he can't do anything. As in fair play, and the Miz lose to Dominic by a roll up. Wow, again another roll up, more devastating than the finisher or the signature of a wrestler. This match was pointless. A 3-minute match that does nothing for anybody, only to waste airtime because Vince McMahon is too lazy to book storylines, to make a person care about the show, to invest the show. This literally was, you could have taken a bathroom break, gone out, done something for 3 minutes, make a sandwich, then come back, and guess what? You will not miss anything. So the next match after Dominic and The Miz is Bianca Belair versus Nikki Ash. First off, what is the point of Nikki Ash going one on one with Bianca Belair? Does it pertain anything to the Elimination Chamber? Does it mean, hey, guess what? Whoever wins gets the number 6 spot in the Elimination Chamber, is the last one released? Or whoever loses get the number 1 spot and has to start the match? What do you win and what do you lose if you face each other? That's what I want to know. I want to, let's be honest. If I'm going to have a match with two of my superstars who's supposed to be inside the elimination chamber, I'll be like, okay, you two will face each other. Whoever loses will be in the number 1 spot. Then the next two wrestlers who I choose in the animation show is like, you two will fight, and whoever loses will be in the number 2 spot. Meaning, you number 1, number 2 will have the least advantage of the match. So this means you have something really to lose for, because you don't want to start the match first or second, because you will be more worn out, because you still have to defeat. Uh, if you're number 1, you have to defeat 5 other people. If you're number 2, you have to defeat 4 other people, 5 other people as well. So either way you look at it, you will be tired, and you will be also get injured, because the elimination chamber is solid steel with plated glass windows. Here's what I don't like about this match. Bianca Belair was put into a submission maneuver by Nikki Ash early on in the match. Yet Bianca couldn't power out with brute force. Let's be honest. Bianca Belair is one of the strongest female wrestlers, and she's having a hard time to lift somebody like Nikki Ash off her back from a Boston Crab, a single leg Boston Crab. That's kind of disbelief because, truth be told, she could easily out maneuver her and outpower her out of that move in less than 3 seconds. Talking about a female wrestler who is able to pick up Otis and carry him on her back. Yet, somebody as small as Nikki Ash is too much, too difficult to power out of, to get her off of her Bianca. Let's be realistic. Why is Nikki still wearing the almost a superhero get up when she is a heel? She is no longer a babyface, so that gimmick no longer means anything. And Nikki Ash loses to Bianca to a KOD. And the commentator actually say, can Bianca actually deliver KOD with one injured leg to Nikki Ash? Like, oh my god, that's a challenge. Let's be realistic. If she couldn't deliver it, that is more bullshit than her actually delivering it to somebody like Nikki. Nikki is not like a Doudrop or some other female wrestler. She's small. She is a lightweight. They have the 24/7 uh, comedy act that nobody wants to see. For the love of everything unholy, just get rid of the damn garbage title. It literally is worthless. It's more worthless than one of those toys title of the AEW championship that costs $20. That thing, it has more prestige than this 24/7 title. The AEW world title for children is worth more. Get it off of our television. We don't want to see it. We don't want to see this pretend romance between Reggie and Dana Brooke. We don't care. It literally does nothing. For the love of everything unholy, just end it. Nobody cares about Reggie. Nobody cares about R-Truth or Akira Tozawa or Tamina. The only thing we care about is give us real wrestling. Give us a real storyline that we care about. Make our championship, make the championship mean something. Make it look legit. Make the champion be badasses who are elite, not comedy acts and losers. Then from that terrible segment, we have Kevin Owen versus Austin Theory in a rematch from last week. This is the issue. Austin Theory and Kevin Owen are two heels. What is the point of having two heels fight each other in a match that, let's be honest, this is a throwaway match. It literally means nothing. Come on, don't tell me, hey, Kevin Owens win. What does he get? Does he take Austin Theory's spot in the Elimination Chamber? Or does he get, but he get his win back against Austin Theory? Like, that actually means something. So, an hour and a half into this show does nothing for me to be interested in either WrestleMania or the Elimination Chamber, which is next week, Saturday. How are you making us want to watch the Elimination Chamber? You literally making us to do everything in your power to make us not watch it and say, yeah, forget it. So, Austin Theory got 50-50 booking. He lost to Kevin Owen to a stunner. At least Austin Theory sell the hell out of that stunner, how devastating he made it to look. So that's one good thing. But what does this does for Austin Theory momentum going into the Elimination Chamber? What does even this do for Austin Theory in general? If you're booking him to win one week and lose the next, you're not giving him any credibility as a winner, as a top guy. This means nothing. And now we have Randy Orton and Riddle backstage, and Randy is explaining to Riddle the importance of Elimination Chamber WWE Champion. But this is what I don't like. How? Why is Riddle a tag team going for a single title run, and when he already has a tag team championship match, guarantee for him and Randy against the Alpha Academy? This literally makes no sense. I respect Riddle. I like what he does. What the MMA background, the true ass kicker mentality. But this means nothing when, guess what? Riddle his entire time for the last 2 years was being in a tag division with Randy Orton. And why is a tag team going after a single title? It never makes sense. And Lita is coming to the ring. First off, I grew up watching Lita. I love Lita. But I don't like that Lita is taking spots away from other active superstars who's trying to make a name for themselves in the company, trying to get on TV. And you're saying, well, they have to be put on the back burner for a legend who's a retired wrestler to get a championship opportunity, a championship match. Why? Yet this match is happening in the Elimination Chamber in Saudi, but it literally is un unreasonable because let's be honest, Lita wanted to go after Charlotte, she couldn't do it. Now she's going after Becky. It's like why? Why she want to come out of retirement and go now for a championship? What does that even do? I mean, let's be honest. Lita versus Becky could be a great match, but let's be honest. People would rather have, hey, Lita versus Bailey, Lita versus Sasha Banks, Trish versus Sasha Banks, Trish versus Bailey, or Trish or Lita versus Asuka. Not Becky cringe. Now we have another video of Veer coming soon. Yeah, that we've been hearing for months. Guess what? The only thing he's coming is a pink slip from Vince McMahon saying, Veer, you're fired. I don't like that the women's have to be in a part of Saudi Arabia show when Saudi Arabia don't really like the women, to wrestle because it's clear they booed the last women. They threw trash when Natalia was there the first time. First off, Saudi doesn't really even care about the wrestling. They don't watch the product. They're only using this for publicity. Good publicity, but that's it. Now, during Lita promo, Becky Lynch comes out. So, Becky started cutting babyface promo. Didn't she say, how dare you, Lita, try to take the most important thing for me? This is WrestleMania season. This is important. Yeah, it's WrestleMania season. Guess what? The Royal Rumble didn't mean shit. And the Elimination Chamber means nothing because it's not even it's put on Saudi Arabia, not anywhere near the US or Europe or the areas that actually watch wrestling religiously. So everything she's saying, it sounds so forced and fake that I don't even I believed her babyface promo. She's talked about Lita, how without Lita there will be no Becky Lynch, how she's the one who believed in her while everybody looked down on her. We The issue with this match is predictable. We know that Lita's not winning the women's championship. We know that Becky is not going to lose her title before WrestleMania. So this entire match is already predetermined, and it loses effects of of you want to see who's going to win because you already know who's going to win. Becky Lynch will win, retain the title, and that's it. Then she goes probably after Bianca or Bailey. Who, if she comes back, she might be on Raw. No matter how much we like Lita, she did not become a 5 times woman champion. I mean, if she was facing Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, we would actually be all for her to become a 5 time woman champion because we can't tolerate Charlotte Flair. But Becky Lynch is not losing that title before WrestleMania. So all mystery, intrigue is out the window. Lita delivered a twist of fate and a and a moonsault off the top rope to Becky Lynch, and they say, "Well, she hit the elimination, so she's the new champion." Great. Yeah, we know she's not. Now we have a segment with Kevin Owen backstage with Sonya and Pierce, and Kevin is saying, "Hey, since I beat Austin, I'm in the elimination chamber." Yes, and they're saying, "Yeah, no." Sonya saying Kevin Owen might not even be part of WrestleMania, and he's making a case that he deserved to be at WrestleMania. People in Texas want him at WrestleMania. They love him so much. And then we have a match between Liv Morgan and Doudrop. And let's be honest, this match is the same like with Bianca and Nikki. It means nothing because there's no stakes in it. To tell you the truth, this match is uninteresting. Mostly because, let's be honest, realistically, Doudrop should have beaten Liv Morgan in 15 seconds. Because, let's be honest, Doudrop is a heavyweight while Liv Morgan is a cruiserweight. There's no way that somebody as the size of Doudrop with the abilities like Doudrop supposed to take more than a minute to beat somebody like Liv Morgan. And there is no shade to Liv Morgan, but that's the truth. Liv Morgan is not the same. You cannot say, well, like Bianca Belair or Sasha Banks. Come on, they should also book Piper Vivens, known as Doudrop, as a monster. Yet they're booking her like every other wrestler. Like, yeah, her size means nothing, and you know that's you don't feel any connection with her, and you don't feel like, okay, then what's the point? Is there a reason why you keep acting like, well, Piper Vivens is a monster. She's so, she could squish everybody. Yeah, it takes her 5 minutes to squish somebody. When you used to book Nia Jax to win matches in less than 30 seconds. Be honest, Piper Vivens had more ability, wrestling abilities than Nia Jax. It's clear they're just putting this match to prolong the running time because they have nothing else. This is really pathetic for WWE. Come on, last week's show was terrible, but this is just dead. Everything they do means nothing for the upcoming pay-per-view or for WrestleMania. All these matches is just to waste time. They're acting like, oh, let's put Piper Vivens there with Liv Morgan for 5 to 10 minutes match. That way, people would think Liv is strong and Piper Vivens is this monster. Yeah, Piper Vivens is having a hard time putting away somebody at the size of Liv Morgan. How the hell is she a threat to anybody? How you make me care that she's actually that dangerous when she's having a hard time putting away somebody who is like a toothpick compared to her? Drop deliver that uh, body slam from splash from the top of the rope for a 3 count. Wow, why didn't she just do that? 30 minutes, 30 seconds into the match. Because let's be honest, this whole, no offense to Liv, but this whole thing was just boring and it makes nobody look good and not believable at all. And now we have another video of Lily and Alexa Bliss, psychiatrist's office. Now, after the video of Alexa Bliss saying, "Oh, I took a deep breath to control my anger, move on with my day." Now we have Seth Rollins, his match against Riddle, and again means nothing. And truth be told, I really don't give a rat's ass because you don't win anything, you don't lose anything. This is not a match that give you momentum for the Elimination Chamber because nobody has any momentum going into the Elimination Chamber. Here's the issue with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins was out healed by Roman Reigns, and no one could make him be believed that he's still that great heel. Because guess what? When Seth Rollins was talked down by Roman Reigns, saying, "Dude, you dress like a clown, you talk like a clown, you act like a clown. Guess what? You're a clown." That's right there. Mean, dude, your heel days are over. That's the issue when you have two mega heels going up against each other. When one heel completely tears down the other heel character, it's not, oh, he could recover in the next 2 weeks. No. He's going to need months of recovering and he needs to change his entire character up. Yet he's acting like what happened with Roman Reigns meant nothing. And that's another thing. You just right there say, well, my feud with Roman Reigns for the Universal title, oh, who cares? I was out healed, who cares? I was talked down like I was a piece of shit, who cares? That's the problem with a lot of these wrestlers. They're too comfortable in the position, like, oh yeah, I know what I'm worth. I always have a paycheck, yada yada yada. Here's the issue. You're supposed to be hungry. You're supposed to be like, dude, I have to up my game. If what happened, if I was Seth Rollins and what Roman Reigns did to me, I would up my game to another level. I would change myself. I would do something like dude, I have to reach back the pinnacle of being a heel or to become a babyface. But nah, oh, I continue to do what I did before Roman Reigns treated me like shit. So it's confirmed. Next week, Brock Lesnar is coming, and AJ Styles has a title match against Damian Priest before the Elimination Chamber. Great. And next week, RK broke up party with Randy Orton and Matt Riddle. Do you feel invested at all to watch next week? Truth be told, I don't care what Brock Lesnar had to say because he came out last week happy that when he was talking to Bobby Lashley, not pissed, not like how dare they screw me over, how dare they do that to me, I'll break them, I'll be mean mugging face, ready to destroy, ready to obliterate everything in my path. No, ha ha ha. Oh well, I lost the title. Big whoop. Riddle is getting an ovation from the crowd. They're saying, wow, Riddle could actually win the title. Truth is, no, he cannot. But I would love to see Riddle go one-on-one with Brock Lesnar inside the Elimination Chamber. That would actually be fun to watch. Riddle delivered a Hurricane Rana to Rollins that put him outside the ring. And Rollins delivered a buckle bomb to Riddle using the barricades, which was technically the first time and really a good inventive use of the move. So far, Seth Rollins does way too much pandering to the crowd. Like seriously, when he was the other time as heel, he never did this much pandering. Like, oh please look at me, please give me attention. He's not really a heel. He's more like a child that need everybody approval. I really don't like this heel Rollins. I like the other ones when he was the architect, when he was the Messiah. Nah, this one. This one's like, dude, what is your character supposed to be? He's too much showboating. It's like, dude, the other one was all business, like heel. This one is like too much of a clown. Too much, like, please, please laugh at me. Please, pay attention to me. I need your approval. I need it. I need it. Every move I do. I need to get your. I need to show off. I need to laugh. I need to you know, you guys have to laugh with me, like I'm part of the skit. Like, no, just be a badass heel. Be, offensive. Be ruthless. Yeah, you could mock your opponent. You could pander to the crowd, but not after every move you pander to the crowd. Not every move. After every move you laugh. You like, I'm taking it all in, man. Like, no, just be a badass. Be ruthless. Be sadistic, be diabolical, be like the Seth Rollins that destroyed the Shield, that won the Universal title, that used Triple H's help to become champion, to use the authority, the one that took out Kane, not the one that had with the when he was the Messiah with Buddy Murphy, not this one that dude. I had to come out, laugh all the time. No matter what happens, I always laugh like a dumbass clown. No, be a cold-blooded psychopath. The Seth Rollins we fell in love with, not this trash. Throughout the match, Riddle being overwhelmed by Seth Rollins. That's what we like to see. And we'd like to see if Seth Rollins was more of, the heel, like, dick, stomping at people, face to ground, putting the foot behind people's head, and, rubbing against the mat, disrespecting them. That's the heel we like to see, not, the comedy act. Come on, he needed to have a 2 count. He's laughing like, yeah, that's amazing. Like, no, you should be like, fuck, I should have had him. Damn, I was so close. So you want to play hardball? Fine, I'll play hardball with you. Come here, and then keep pounding at him. Like the not acting like, let me be so cool, man. I'm like so cringy, like my wife. Yes, like no. Be a badass, not a cringe like your wife. Seriously. Riddle is more like a heel like mentality with that hardcore, brutal offense, unrelenting pursuit, not letting your opponent to breathe. Having the even the facial feature, like he's pissed, he's angry, he's motivated to kick your ass, to not let you have a second breath, to obliterate you. That's more of a heel like move than what we're seeing from Seth. Seth is like, I don't care about anything. Riddle delivered to Seth Rollins a springboard from the second rope to outside the ring, which was a beautiful at that and very impressive. So I gotta give him credit for that. Kevin Owens interfere and attack Riddle, which makes Riddle the winner of the match. And now Kevin Owen is attacking him. So what is Kevin Owen, a babyface or a heel? And why is now RK Bro facing Kevin Owen and Seth Rollins? Come on, they're supposed to only face the champions of the tag division. What is this? Okay, now we attack you. Now we have to fight everybody else. But like, why is one wrestler who's supposed to be in a tag team has to now deal like, okay, now it's a tag team. We have to face you guys who are not even relevant to our plans. Why? Because like, because I had to waste time. And now when we come back, it will be Riddle and Orton versus Seth and Owens. And guess what? If Riddle won that match, Seth and Owens going to have to win the next match because 50-50 booking. Why didn't you just start with, okay, tag matches, that your Riddle and Orton versus Owens and Seth? What's the reason? No reason. Okay, so then we didn't need to have the match with Riddle versus Seth by themselves. The match is going to last for the last 10 minutes of the show. Ridiculous filler, that's what this is. The show only know how to have fillers throughout the damn night. 3 hours of fillers. Disrespectful. Boring, unmotivated, unrelevant for anything in the future pay-per-views. Literally a throwaway show. And guess what? Next week is again at the US Sci-Fi because of the Olympics on the USA Network. So what they're gonna do again? Another throwaway show. A beautiful moonsault by Kevin Owen from the middle rope to Riddle. That technically is impressive because we never saw Kevin Owens ever do that. That's an impressive new move for his repertoire. But that's technically the only amazing thing in this match. What I don't like. You turn Kevin Owens, who is getting cheered, into a heel because you don't want the fans to cheer for him. This is what I don't like. Just make Kevin Owens a baby face because you don't have baby faces on Raw. Technically, you don't even have it on SmackDown, but now we're talking about Raw. And for a heel champion, you need a baby face challengers. This is what I don't like about the match. Randy got sucker punched by Seth. He's acting like he got hit by a jackhammer. I mean a sledgehammer. Dude, it was just one open fist. Don't act like, oh, dude, they knocked me out, for a count of 30. Like, dude, it's not like the Judas effect, alright? By Chris Jericho. It's just an open hand punch that we've seen a million times from other wrestlers. And deliver the stomp to Riddle, and it's one, two, three, over. Again, like I said, 50-50 booking, so freaking predictable, no point.